So for question 5, this is actually quite a typical question in the GCSE for any syllabus basically. So they want you to express 56 as a product. That means using the multiply sign, or the product of prime factors, which are, remember, prime factors does not include 1. So there's if you want the first few, then they should be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. But usually they don't make it that hard because first of all you can use your calculator, and that's the reason behind that. So basically you should get an answer with these numbers. Shouldn't go that far actually, and I don't think you have 17 or those large numbers like maybe, I don't know, 79. Anyways, now for this question, I know using a whatever you call that, a prime factor tree or whatever that is effective, but there's a more effective way, which I think some students are also equipped with, is using long division, or we call it like extended division, whatever you call that. So basically, the first thing you do is, so you see there's a 6 here. Whenever you see a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, as you all know, you should divide by 2 because it's obviously divisible by 2. So let's do that. You get 28. You still see a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8 here, so do it again. There's still a 4. And finally, you get 7, which you cannot further divide. So that's your answer, basically. 56 equals to 2 times 2 times 2 times 7, or you can write 2 to the power of 3 times 7. So you might be wondering what I'm writing down here. So basically, there's one thing I think not quite a lot of people actually might tell you, which is when you should divide 3. When the sum of all the units in a number is a multiple of 3, like, multiples of 3, like 3, 6, 9, 12, etc., then you can immediately divide that number by 3. So even if I make like a really crazy number, like let's say 1, 2, 3, 6, 6, 9, then I will immediately know that this number will be divisible by 3, because if we add all the digits together, we get 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 2 more 6s is 18, 18 plus 9 is 27, and we all know 27 is divisible by 3, you get 9, right? So this number can easily be divided by 3, which you'll get 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, something like that. Yeah, it's divisible anyway. So that's something you can know, and you can see that I wrote that if the unit digit is 5, then you can divide it by 5. You should know that. But you might ask me why I don't write 0 also on this in this column. That's because whenever you're doing division like this, you really want to start with the smallest prime factor first, so that you get like a progressive order, like from 2 to 7 in this case. So maybe you want 2, 3, and then 5, and then 7, something like that. You don't want them to be combined, basically. So when you see a 0, the first thing you should do is divide the 2 first. Don't start with 5, even though it's divisible by 5, probably. Like 10 divided by 5 is 2, right? I know that. But divide it by 2 first, so that you get a neater presentation, which will look clearer to the marker and would adhere more to the marking scheme. So let's try another one. We all know, so by now we should know that the sum of all digits, if it's a multiple of 3, then you can easily divide it by 3, just like the really ugly number I showed you just now, which is, what was that number? Yeah, something I forgot. Anyway, let's try one more. Let's try 210. So we see a 0 divided by 2 first, not 5. We get 105. Now here, it's not a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So the second thing we should think about is whether it's divisible by 3. So 1 plus 0 plus 5 equals to 6, right? 6 is is divisible by 3. So we can easily divide it by 3, which will get 35. Okay, next step. 3 plus 5 is equal to 8, which isn't divisible by 3 or a multiple of 3. So we should try 5 next, which is obvious. Well, you can see a 5 there. So that's what you get. So 210 equals to 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. The problem with that tree thing is that sometimes you don't get the numbers in order, but actually the marking scheme usually follows the order like this, like from smallest to biggest in terms of the prime factors. So it's something that you should get used to, so that the markings can mark it more easily, that you won't lose marks, blah, 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 blah.